Welcome to Moonlight Madness. Today we're doing a reading for Earth sign, Sun, Moon and Rising. We are doing it on a Melbourne Cup day. It's a Tuesday here in Land Down Under. And the decks we're using is a kind of number of decks. The first one I've got here is the Lover's Path Tarot by Chris Walderher, the Work Your Light Tarot by Rebecca Campbell, the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron-Reid. Okay, so it's been a bit of a mixed bag because we've just come out of the full moon in Scorpio. That was on the 1st of, I want to say, of November. And we're coming into, because I wrote this down from someone else's page, because I like to, someone else looks up astrology, so I don't always know how to do astrology. So they're saying that there is a trine Saturn new moon in Scorpio, 10th house, that means career. If you're looking for a new job, this is a good time to look. And then Pluto will be entering into Aquarius on the 19th of November. Pluto's like endings and quite a heavy energy. It's a very heavy season. A lot of people are ending things, starting new jobs, quitting jobs, moving on, because we're in endings. We're in the Scorpio energy. You know, we've just come out of Halloween, which is the Day of the Dead, when people can walk the earth. The people that have passed over can quite happily walk the earth. I remember when I lived at a place in Bryant Street, at 11 o'clock every day, I would see Joe DiMaggio. Now, I don't know why that was, but he used to walk right beside me. Joe DiMaggio, yeah. At 11 o'clock every day. Haven't seen him in a while. Possibly because I'm not in that area anymore, but for some reason that's when he used to come through between 11 and 1. That's when I tend to get my downloads. The next card, the first card I got out of the deck is the Eight of Arrows. So some of you may feel like you're in a mental prison. You may be trapped between the past and the future. You want to move forward, but you don't know how. Sorry, it's getting noisy. I'm going to shut the window. It's trapped between the hard rock, the past and the future. And sometimes we have to let go of people from the past in order to meet new people from the future. And in one of the pictures here, she's on a rock there, but in the other deck I've got, she's sitting on an iceberg where she's trying to jump from one iceberg to a little iceberg. It's only like a 10 centimetre jump, but she won't do it because she's overthinking it. So maybe you've trapped yourself, put yourself into a mental cage, a mental prison, or you are isolating, you're hermiting, because you are healing from something, is what I get. So we've got the Hermit, which is why the Hermit's crossing your path. The Hermit card is someone that keeps to themselves. They are a scholar. They are usually representing the Virgo. So if you've got Virgo in your chart, I have a placement in Virgo and a placement in Capricorn. This is a reading for earth signs, Sun, Moon and Rising. And so the Hermit card is a person that likes to keep to themselves. They don't like to have a lot of people around. They do tend to lock themselves away to create, to draw, to think, to ponder. And I think that's what that card is saying. You need that self-reflection time to think about your next step, your next movement forward. It's saying not to rush it. There's sometimes stillness requires you to be still in order to see the wood from the trees from the woods from the trees. And if you move too fast, you're going to miss something important. Hermit also pays attention to detail, and it's very important that you do that. So I'm going to look it up in this little tiny booklet, which gives you another insight. It's called Contemplation. You may be also studying right now, or studying someone. Yeah. Listening to your heart, retreat into inner life at this time. Your needs are so focused on relationships, are not focused on relationships with others, but on your relationship with yourself. That's right. Withdrawal, introspection, and retreat. Yeah. And a lot of monks used to do that. They'd lock themselves up in their rooms and they would draw pictures and they would write into their manuscripts, or they would draw things in their big artwork, like the Book of Kells was actually drawn and written by monks or people that were of high influence. People that were from wealthy families used to do calligraphy in those books. Okay, so then we've got the Five of Staves. In the past, you may have had lots of arguments, a lot of competition around you in business and with love and family. You may have got family that thought that they were competing with you, but you were just doing you. sometimes people misinterpret something. If you talk about what you're doing, they may see it like they have to beat you or one-up you, and that's what it's saying here. And then you've also got recent past, you've got the temperance. So you may have been dealing with an earth angel, someone who has maybe got Sagittarian in their chart. Temperance is like having 1 foot in heaven, sorry, 1 foot in the pond, which is earth, the other finger is in heaven. So you may have head and heart. You may struggle with head and heart decisions because 9 times out of 10, a hermit or a Virgo would usually listen to their brain rather than their heart. They're not very emotionally available. And so temperance talks about trying to get in touch with both your head and heart so you can make a decision. That's what you tried to do in the recent past. I'm going to look up what it says here because this is the love deck too. So it talks about different people, like Venus in Vulcan is who this is about as far as the lovers go. Balance. Where are you? Balance. So this is to do with Venus and Vulcan, self-control, harmony, artistry. Yeah. Moderating things, balance between opposites, union of the conscious and the unconscious, aspects of the psyche. Yeah. Because that's talking about trying to navigate between the 5D and the 3D. If you live half your time in spirit, looking forward in the future, and the rest of the time on earth, it can be very hard to keep grounded. The Six of Cups is the next card that's pulled. It's saying about giving back to community, whether that be volunteering your time, your energy, or your knowledge to people. It also talks about looking back in the past, looking back at old photographs and childhood memories of things that once were, because you know the children may have grown up, and Christmas past may have been really good because you had family around, and now the family's not around anymore because they've all grown up and they don't have to come around and see you for Christmas. You know, it's not an obligation anymore because it's not as special. Like when you're a little kid, Christmas is amazing. It's magical. When you get older, it's just another day. And I don't place emphasis on it anymore because I struggle to celebrate Christmas. Without my own home to let my big kids come home to, I don't necessarily want to celebrate it. I already said to my mum, I don't want to deal with Christmas this year. I just don't want to know. You can get together with the kids when they all come back from wherever they are after Christmas, but right now, no, I don't think I'll be doing anything. I'm going to be the Grinch that stole Christmas. Now, the next card I've got is the Nine of Cups. And it's also the first year my grandmother's not going to be here, so it's not going to be the same. Nine of Cups is to do with a wish card. This is a magic wish that will be granted for you when it's to do with love or whatever your heart's desire. And it's the fairy godmother's wish card. So your grandmother who's in heaven, like mine is, two of them are now, maybe trying to grant you your greatest wish, and that could be to meet someone, or to meet a new love, or to get engaged or married, or they're going to send someone to you. I do feel they're looking out for you. You need to write down what you want in a partner, like a vision board. Do a vision board. Put the things you would like in a partner. And that's everything, like hair colour, eye colour, height, build, like light, medium, heavy build, tattoos or not tattoos, what type of demeanour you want in that person, whether he be funny, whether he be emotional, whether he be someone who's in touch with his emotions or not, or whether, you know, what sort of person are you after? If you can write that down on a vision board, put it on your wall, my girlfriend used to do this, it'll attract what you're after. And the next card I got is the Eight of Coins. That's a nice card to get. That talks about working on something, an apprenticeship. You may be offered to work as an apprentice, like a traineeship, like you work a couple of days at the job and then you go off and do training. That's what I'm looking at here, Eight of Coins. And it's working on yourself, working on how you, if you can better yourself. What type of study do you need to do to get where you want to get to? That's kind of working out what you want to do, is what I'm getting from that. Yeah, coins. And that's in 8 years' time. So this is not a quick quick fix. This is going to take 8 years, alright? Cups is 6 months. This is 8 years. Yeah, might be a big degree. Okay, so 8 of Coins, talent, compensation for work, fair payment, meeting deadlines, developing talents for the marketplace, working with integrity and discipline. So in 9 months' time, you're going to get your wish come true. In 9 months' time, you may be engaged or married, because then you've got the Three of Cups. That all backs that up. Three of Cups is a celebration of a marriage, a wedding. That could be yours. Or if you're already married, you'd be invited to someone else's wedding that you're close to. The next card I pulled is the Chariot. For me, that's Sagittarian card, the desire. The Chariot is talking about steering. Your hopes and fears is to steer through the negative and the positive emotions that you are plagued with every day. Desire, yeah. Yeah, being pulled by desire, movement into the next phase of life. If you are feeling impatient, don't worry. Transitions will go smoothly as if they are meant to be. Movement, fate, transition, and change is coming for you. That's what it's saying. And it could be to do with something in front of the camera. Like you could be doing like I'm your own platform. You may become very successful at it and start to actually make a salary out of it in the future. This is in 8 months' time. The moon also talks about looking at a reflection in the water. In the other cards I've got by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine, the Fairy Tarot deck, she's on a boat and she's looking at her reflection in the water, and she's got a harp, but then when she looks in the pool, it's a mandolin. It changes into a different form. You may be working with people that are that work with illusion and trickery through selling you a story, selling you an ideal. That's what the film industry does. It sells you something that you would like to aspire to be, a certain way of life, because it's make-believe. It's the movies, right? And maybe you've got Pisces in your chart. I know I do. And Pisces are the dreamers. We like to look at things and be lost in entertainment because it helps take us out of our own head. You may feel like you need to reflect on what's happened in the past this year. A lot of people do that. They sit and reflect on the year that's gone and what they've achieved and what they didn't achieve and how they would do it differently. That's usually what people do around Christmas time. Yeah. I used to like going Christmas shopping. We used to go the night before Christmas when all the sales were on, when I was a little girl. And back in the day, I was with my mum. We used to walk up the Hunter Street Mall and all the sales were on. We got all the bargains, which was the best time to go shopping, I find. When I used to live in Brisbane, I would get the after Christmas sales and save a fortune and come down with all the presents because I had to work every Christmas. So Christmas to me was very special, but I couldn't get home. I couldn't get home until the January. I have to beg, steal or borrow because that was the blackout period working in retail, and I couldn't get home, and I used to be so sad because I was on my own with the children, and it was very, I was very homesick back then. It's funny, when you move home, you don't want to be around a family because it's too much. It's a hard balance. I like to keep my privacy. I'm a very private person, and I don't mean to be cold or offish. That's just an Aquarian thing. We can be offish and cold because we don't like people getting up all in our business or wanting to know all about what we're up to. I don't like to talk about what I'm up to. I like to keep things quiet, and until something good happens, then I'll come and tell you, but I won't sprout off about it before it happens. So the illusion is the moon. Odette and Ivan. This talks about your intuition, your emotion, and your enchantment. Enchanted by love for better or worse. Oh my God, it is to do with marriage. Confused by illusions that may or may not be real. Intense emotions. They need to know what's real. Yeah, because that's hard when you're psychic. As I said to my son the other day when we went for a walk, you don't live in the present. You're too busy living in the past and in the future. Well, I'm too busy looking into the future because I'm so worried about the future. But what we should be doing is living in the present, and I find that I struggle to live in the present because I'm getting impressions through the daytime. They call them daydreams, malaligned daydreams, and I get them because I'm ADHD, undiagnosed, and they're happening all day. And I have to put dark sunglasses on so I don't see them because it's like, it would freak most people out. It doesn't freak me out anymore. I'm used to it, but I know it's not real. I don't talk to it. I don't engage with it, but I know it's a future vision. I kind of go, okay, that's a future vision. The Silva. It's called the Silva Mind Control Technique. I've been reading that book, and it's very interesting about Jose Silva, who talks about, he does hypnosis on his children, and he decides that the kids are actually have got ESP, and they get smarter because he combines engineering with psychic ability, and that's how he comes up with this Silva method. There's a whole program on it. There's a book about it. There was an actual college in America that did the Silva mind control method. I've tried it. I can now make sense of what I do. So if it's coming in on my left shoulder, the vision I get, it's future. If it's on my right shoulder, it's already happened, it's past. Like the person's already passed over, and I've seen like future for them, like 10, 20 years future vision. This happens daily. Now, can you imagine living like that daily? That's what I have to cope with. And people go, oh, you seem quiet. I'm quiet because I'm watching what's going on around me and trying not to say anything. Trying to keep my cool, because it can be overwhelming, but it's just the new normal. Once you die a couple of times, you don't come back the same. Okay, this is the next one. This is the book about Work Your Light. I got this gifted to me by a community, which is a very good community, and I did the program called Shark Tank, and it's by domestic violence, and how to handle and how to set up boundaries. It was a very good program. It's got your sister back. They still run them, and I've used them a lot, and they've really helped setting boundaries. I'm not good at making boundaries. I sometimes cross a lot of people's boundaries, but I don't even realise I'm doing that. I'm just extremely friendly. And I'm a salesperson. Like, you know, it's what we do. We have to kind of fish for information. It's a sophisticated way of sales that I've been taught ever since I've been in retail. Ever since I worked for a company called Mark Edwards Agency that used to sell perfume, fragrance and makeup. So I had to learn that technique, and it's kind of been embedded in my psyche. And I don't even realise I'm doing it. So apologies all around if that's what you think I'm being, trying to sell you a dream, or I don't know, cross the boundary. Trust your path. Alright, see, this is true. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? It's talking about finding the money and the funds to come up with, to do and follow your path. That's one card I've pulled. Next card is from the other deck, The Enchanted Map by Colette Baron-Reid. Oh, there we go. Deep freeze. Okay, something's on ice. As in, you've been put on ice. You have been put in the mode where you can't move at the moment. The upstairs won't let you move forward. You've been stuck. You've been stuck in a rut because they're, I don't know, working on something with you. Usually it's behind the scenes when you don't even know. Where are we? Deep freeze. No, the wrong book. So I don't play with these cards very often. Yeah. Everything has its season. Now is the time to put activity on hold while you rest. The cold winter beckons you to slow down and put a freeze on things that you are not ready to bloom. It's time for regeneration and hibernation. Forgo ambitious activity. Projects to shift and change. Allow ideas to gestate and relationships to go through a dreamy state of being. Not going anywhere, not needing to. This is also a time to put all your arguments on ice. Nothing beneficial will come from them. Self-care is the most important activity now, so reflect, read a good book, get a massage, rest and dream. So it's telling you to go into the dream state to find your answers, which I did last night. I was dreaming about meat. Meat is prosperity and abundance, so that's a good sign. Then I dreamt about a ring, and that represents friendship, unending friendship. It can also represent marriage, but it can be a proposal. Someone may propose to you within the next 3 months. Trust your path. If you've not met that person yet, don't go searching for them. They'll show themselves. You may have a secret admirer that you don't even know about. Trust your path. 54. If you knew what you would be supported, what would you do? The universe is conspiring. Keep facing your true north. Your job is not to pave the path, but to simply keep facing your true north and take one step after another. If you do this, you can't go wrong. The universe is conspiring. Don't waver or doubt. Use your heart as a compass and put one foot in front of the other. If you follow the invisible trail of what lights you up, you will light up the world without even trying. Most people don't follow the highest call of their soul because they are waiting to see the end destination before they take the next step. If you take one baby step each day within a year, you will have taken 365 steps in your dedicated direction. If you want to write a book, write a page every day. If you want to change careers, do one thing every day in dedication to that. Before you know it, just in case a year from now, you'll turn back and look in awe at how far you have journeyed. Keep moving and open yourself up to a whole new level of support and receiving. Things are not going to work out the way you are planning. But if you have a little faith and keep showing up, they will work out even better than you could possibly imagine. Don't micromanage the universe. Trust your path and let your soul lead the way. There you go. So that's a really good piece of advice. That's all I have for you today for Earth Science.